I know it's been a while, but today we're going to ranking every single 3D platform Sonic games from worst to best. Yes, these are 14 platformer 3D Sonic games. Yes, and today we're going to include a count of it and see how it looks like. So before we start, I'm not going to include Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric because this is a 3D platform game, but this is an action adventure game, which is terribly the worst Sonic spin-off game based on the series. But anyways, let's get to it for the Sonic 3D platform ranked. Here we go. We have an absolute last place, Sonic Forces. Now, I'm not a fan of much about this game. It's a lack of short length. However, it got amazing costume characters. These modern Sonic levels are pretty short, and the lack of classic Sonic characters, but the boss fights are not great. However, Sonic Forces is at the bottom of this list. And number 13, This Worst Nightmare. I hate Sonic 06. People say this game is very bad, and people say the controls some kind of buggy issues. It even got Silver the Hedgehog, which is doesn't care about me anymore. Silver the Hedgehog is the worst character. Like, I don't know what that means. And I like the Shadow levels too, because Shadow the Hedgehog is my favorite character. But most of it, Sonic 06 is just plain ass game. But including that villain, Malflips is my all-time least favorite non-Eggman villains of all time. Hands down the worst Sonic game ever. 12 is Sonic and the Black Knight. However, the game is basically the worst motion controls like the Wii remote and the nunchuck things. It's kind of a hack and slash Sonic game of the type. This is a. We've got 11th place, Sonic and the Secret Rings. This is also the worst Wii Sonic game, kind of motion control type of thing. It's just horizontally remote. And that kind of controls looks like a basic remote control, much like the Black Knight. However, this game is basically utter garbage. Time for top 10 3D platform Sonic game. We got Sonic Heroes. Definitely is an okay Sonic 3D platform game with just 3 characters you can play as a speed type, the flight type, or power type, like Knuckles saying shit rock. Also, I like the Metal Sonic, and I like the theme Sonic Heroes. Oh. What I'm made of is my favorite Final Battle Sonic theme battle. Like, it's my favorite Final Battle music from Sonic theme. But other than that, that game was pretty decent. Number 9 is Shadow the Hedgehog. One of basic underrated game. Like, people say this is a very bad Sonic game, like a shitty spinoff. But hey, this is actually a pretty good, in my opinion. This is an underrated gem right here. And like, I'm a huge fan of Shadow the Hedgehog. And Shadow the Hedgehog is basically one of my personal top 10 favorite 3D platform Sonic game of all time. So I'm a huge Shadow the Hedgehog fan when it comes to the video game. Like, using a shitty guns like and like, what the heck is that? They're using Chaos Blast and Chaos Control moves. Like, they're so much fast. Such a kind of story time. You have the 3 choices, but then you move on to the final battle, and it's very weakest one. But this one, my favorite Shadow game as of right now. I'm just playing. This is absolutely number 9 favorite 3D platform Sonic game. Number 8, we got Sonic 3D Blast. However, this is basically a garbage Genesis game, but a Saturn version and a PC version, it's alright. By the way, I like the art of the Saturn and the PC version of the game, but the Genesis box are bland as hell. It's very garbage. Basically, the controls are kind of terrible. Like, some of the new powers from the Genesis is not great. But on the Saturn and PC version, it's just way better controls. And much better graphics on the Saturn, way better than the Genesis one. But hey, only Saturn and PC version is kind of way better soundtrack. However, the Genesis soundtrack is bad. And the Genesis graphics, stupid terrible. It's freaking terrible. I don't care. But overall, highly recommended to play the Saturn version. Well, this game is alright. It's at number 8. Number 7, guys, we got Sonic Lost World. Now, I'm not much of a fan about the Sonic Lost World because the game was kind of a controller's back to adventures formula, much like the Sonic 3D Blast, and some Deadly Six. One of my favorite villains, like Zavog, is my favorite Deadly Six villain of all time. And we got Zaz over there too. It's also my second favorite. But the other 4 is not great, not that much. But Xena was actually the only Deadly Six character to have a female fiction ever, whatever that means. But hey, the controllers are kind of okay. And the return of Wisp, well, kind of basically utterly terrible. And speaking of Wisps, Sonic Colors is at number 6. However, I enjoy Sonic Colors, and it's basically one of the best game out there. However, the Sonic Lost World was just an underrated game, but this one, right here, Sonic Colors, very amazing. But Sonic Lost World was absolutely underrated gems, but the Colors is just way better. It has Wisp power, it has a similar munch move to Sonic Unleashed, and it is just basically one of the best power moves, like Sonic best 3D platform game is at number 6. Like, this came out on the Wii and then like on the DS, but then later we got the remaster came out in 2021. Like the I got it on PlayStation 4 and I tried it and it looks pretty freaking awesome. Like some issue graphics and people they hate Sonic Colors Ultimate, but the original one just way better. But hey, I have to go with Sonic Colors Ultimate, way better than the original one. So Sonic Colors is at number 6. So speaking of that, top 5. Sonic Unleashed is at number 5, and I love that game. I love the Werehog levels. I love the punching badass thing, whatever you like. Yeah, it's like a power thing. It's like a punchy thing. It's like a destroying all the Dark Gaia. But the Sonic levels are kind of very good, and the first 3D Sonic game to have a boost formula, very good. I love Sonic Unleashed is at number 5, and possibly one of the best 3D platform Sonic games is at number 5. One of the best Sonic games from 2008. Like, Chronicles of Dark Brotherhood is so horrible RPG, but then we got this game so much better. A lot of people hate this game, like the people that on the game, the reviews are like that. But as a Sonic fan, I really enjoy this game. But I do prefer the Wii version or the PlayStation 2 version, so whether you choose to use this side, but I have to say the PlayStation 2 version is just way cool, but the HD version is just way better. We're at number 4, Sonic Adventure 2. Best Sonic game, take it to the next level. Like, you have a 2-side characters, like Sonic and Shadow, and then this is the first appearance Sonic character that we have featured in this game, which is Shadow the Hedgehog, one of my all-time favorite characters of all time. This Dark Story and the Hero Story are gonna both the same events. However, it's just very good gameplay. Doesn't have any hub world, but this is the first feature Sonic game doesn't feature the hub world or something like that. And I mean, like, yeah, Sonic Adventure 2 is one of my all-time favorite Sonic 3D platform game, so it's at number 4. And speaking of number 4, Sonic Adventure is at number 3. Yes, I think Sonic Adventure 1 was way better than the second one. Sonic Adventure has amazing controls like the spin dash, the hub world, and have the 5 characters are amazing except the big fatty fat, the cat. It's just very bland move as controller. I love how using the Sonic Adventure character, including the songs, which I like. Crash 40 theme song, like Open Your Heart, is one of my all-time favorite Sonic the Hedgehog game themes of all time. However, the Adventure 2 was like, live and learn, was just way better than the Open Your Heart. But I would say the Sonic Adventure 1 is just way better than the second one. Is at number 3. And speaking of that, Sonic Frontiers is at number 2. Yes, I know it was my second favorite Sonic game because this is my second favorite 3D platform Sonic game. I love the open zone. I hate the cyberspace. But I love how the Sonic powers when you do punching and kicking. And then you got side loop. Oh my god. It's been a while. It's been a year it came out since Sonic Frontiers came out. And it's one of my all-time favorite 3D platform Sonic game. But now it's my second favorite, but I love it. I did not like the Oranos Island when the game's on launch, but the third update is just way better. We have the newer version of Oranos Island, and the 3 new characters is just spoilers. I mean, I'm not going to show you. But this game, it's a phenomenal, one of the best open world platform game, and it's at number 2, and it's the last year's of one of my favorite game of a year ago. But at number 1, you guessed it, Sonic Generations! Sonic Generations is at number 1. I love classic Sonic. I love modern Sonic. This is absolutely one of my favorite 3D platform Sonic game. I love Sonic Generations. This is possibly the best 3D platform Sonic game. Like, I love the 2 characters, but this game was actually commemoration to 20 years of Sonic franchise. And I am a biggest fan of Sonic the Hedgehog when it came out. Now that I have on the Steam version, I was excited, wanted to play this game, and I finally can't wait to revisit the game this year. And we got 2 Sonics. 2 Sonics? What the heck was that? Like 3 arrows. You could take out with the Shadow, Silver, Eggman, whatever you call it. The Time Eater final battle is worst. But this game is at number freaking 1. What's your ranking?